What's up everybody? Welcome back to the Vegan Demon YouTube channel for another video. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through all of my workout equipment for the various workouts that I do. And just another side plug, this is another shirt that I was given as a gift. So obviously I have to rock the vegan apparel for my videos. So without further ado, let's get into the topic of this video, which is my workout equipment. So we'll start with the two general equipments that I use for everything that I do exercise related. The first one being my Garmin watch. I wear this 24 hours a day. Even when I'm sleeping, it has sleep tracking capabilities, but more importantly, it has the capability to track all of my workouts, whether it be running, cycling, swimming, and even weightlifting. There are various other exercises that you can use on the watch. The one that I have is the Garmin Forerunner 245 Music. Music obviously meaning that you can store music on the watch, so you don't need to carry your phone or whatever to play music. You can wear your Bluetooth headphones and listen to music while you're exercising through the watch. The watch actually can store about 3 gigs of music, I think, so I'll put all of my music sets on there and listen to them while I exercise. The one specific feature that I really like about this Garmin 245 Forerunner is the ability to input all of my track workouts, so you can select how many sets and distances, whether it be timing or certain paces that you want to hit. The watch will prompt you whether you are in your correct zone, or they'll also move on to the next step of the workout automatically, so you don't have to think about what to do next. It's already inputted into the watch. The next piece of equipment that I want to talk about is my Bluetooth headphones. These are the Jabras Elite 65T. They are a couple years old now. There are newer models available now, but these work perfectly fine for me. They are not waterproof, but they are water resistant. So I sweat like crazy when I exercise, obviously, so they repel the sweat in that aspect, and they also work well in the rain. I haven't had any issues in the pouring rain. They still work perfectly fine. And like I said, my watch has music stored on it, so I just connect my Bluetooth headphones to the watch when I'm working out so I can listen to music that way. So now I'll get into the equipment that I use for specific workouts and sports that I do. So the first one being running, where I spend most of my time. So the main piece of equipment that I use is running shorts, and the ones that I like to use are these ones. They're called Brooks Sherpa 5-inch. I typically like to only wear 5 inches or shorter when running, just because it's easier to run with less material on my legs. These ones are particularly nice because they have lots of pockets and zippers for races or long runs, where I can store gels or anything else that I want to, credit cards for example. So those are a really good pair of shorts. Another pair of shorts that I really like are the Tracksmith. They're dirty right now, but that's another really good brand of running shorts. And lastly, I also have a pair of Lululemon shorts. They're okay. They're still, you know, obviously a good brand and a good pair of shorts, but definitely my favorite are the Brooks ones. Go check them out. Unfortunately, I can't give any recommendations for running tops because I have never worn a top when I go for a run in Singapore, because it is extremely hot at all times of the year. So I don't have a recommendation for those, unfortunately. The next piece of equipment, which is very important, especially in Singapore where it's hot and humid all the time, is a running water bottle. So this is the Nathan handheld water bottle. It holds 500 milliliters, so I just carry it with me like this. And it's nice because it has a zipper pack where I can, again, store gels or keys or credit cards or whatever. So I definitely recommend this one. The brand is Nathan, and I pretty much bring it with me on every single run that's basically over 10K, which is pretty much every run. For running socks, the brand that I like is Features. They are really nice material and they last a long time. So Features is the first brand, and then the next one is Belega. These are really nice ones as well, good material, and they also last a long time. And then the last one, the last brand that I want to mention is Injiji, which is, they're known for their toe socks. So if I start to get blisters in between my toes, I like to use those socks. So now let's talk about the most important thing. The most important piece of equipment about running is the running shoes. So for running shoes, I have about 9 to 10 pairs in my rotation, which is definitely more than you need. I would suggest having maybe 2 or 3 pairs in your rotation, one being for easy or recovery runs, one being for tempo or intervals or faster workouts, and then a third pair, which could be the second pair if you want, but a pair that's basically reserved only for races. So for my recovery shoes, one that I like is the Asics Nova Blast 2. This is this one, and why I use it for recoveries is because it has a little bit more cushioning in the back. It's a little bit heavier, so you don't necessarily want to use it for speed workouts or races, but it is very nice on your knees and legs for that cushion in the back here to use for your easy runs. The next shoe that I want to talk about is the Saucony Endorphin Speed 2. This is my personal favorite shoe that I use for pretty much everything, whether I want to do a daily easy run or a workout or a long run. This shoe is very versatile. It has a nylon plate in the midsole that is meant to help you propel and go a little bit faster with your stride. It's very light, so I definitely recommend this shoe, mainly for tempo workouts and a little bit faster runs. For race day shoes, probably the most popular shoe is the Nike Vaporfly Next Percent, which is the shoe that I have. So I basically only recommend wearing these for races and key workouts, which is what I use them for. It's a very expensive shoe. They have a carbon plate as opposed to the nylon plate in the Sauconys. So again, it's supposed to help you propel a little bit more, but I've only worn them. I wore them for my marathon, and I've only worn them a few other times, and I can already tell that they're starting to break down a little bit, but they feel like butter when you wear them, especially for going fast. So I definitely recommend testing this shoe out if you have the budget for it, and reserve them only for specific key workouts and races. So the next sport I want to talk about is cycling, and obviously the most important piece of equipment for cycling is the bicycle. So the bicycle that I purchased actually this year is the Canyon Endurance CF, which is, it has a carbon frame which is meant to be a little bit lighter so you can go faster. And the bike that I have also has disc brakes as opposed to rim brakes, which is supposed to be more efficient for braking faster as well. Next is the cycling helmet. This is the helmet that I have. It's a Specialized brand. And the important thing that I just would recommend, it doesn't really matter what kind of helmet you get, but just look to make sure that it is MIPS certified, which stands for, I think, Multi-Directional Protection System. It's just sort of a safety assurance for the helmet that you have. Next is the clip-in shoes that I have for the bike. So these are the shoes that I have. They are the Physique brand. And here are the cleats that go onto the actual pedal of the bike, so you can stay in the bike and stay stationary and generate more force when you are cycling. Next is the racing jersey. This is the jersey that I have. I was given it as a gift. It's the Rafa brand, which is a very good cycling brand. And the good thing about most jerseys anyway is that they have these pockets in the back that you can store gels or your phone or keys or credit cards again. And then this is the bib that I have, so you wear these as shorts, and then these kind of go over your shoulders so they stay in place while you cycle. So the next sport I'll talk about is swimming. These are the swimming shorts that I have. They're just a cheap brand of basically spandex swimming shorts. You don't want to be wearing your beach swim shorts while you're doing laps because it just creates more drag, and you definitely want to have something that's tight on your skin so you're able to slide through the water a little bit better. So for goggles, I just have a generic brand of Speedo goggles, nothing too fancy. They work perfectly fine. And then the last piece of equipment that I use for swimming is this kickboard. Obviously, you can use it for practicing kicking, but also I use it for putting it in between my legs if I want to focus on my upper body form as opposed to worrying about kicking below. So it keeps your legs up near the surface of the water, so you don't have to worry about keeping them afloat and prevent them from sinking. This helps with that, and then you can just use your upper body and swim regular. So the next sport that I want to talk about is weightlifting. So obviously you don't need too much to bring yourself because most of the equipment is provided at the gym, but I like to bring my own wrist straps. So I use these primarily for my pull exercises to help with my grip strength. So for example, if I'm doing deadlifts, I will wrap this around my wrist like this, and it leaves this long piece that I wrap around the bar, and it helps with my grip when picking up the bar so I don't risk slipping out while I'm trying to lift really heavy. I use it also for dumbbell rows and lat pull downs, so like I said, primarily for pull exercises. The next piece of equipment that I would recommend is maybe a weightlifting belt. This is not necessary per se, but it is helpful to provide some additional support around your midsection when you are lifting extremely heavy, primarily for deadlifts. So I don't have my own personal one, but my gym provides them, so I will sometimes use them again when I'm deadlifting very heavy. The last thing that I want to touch on as far as equipment is concerned is recovery. So I like to use a few recovery tools pretty much every night just to prevent soreness and to increase my recovery capabilities. So the first and most expensive tool that I have is the TheraGun. This is an electronic gun that basically you can use to massage your muscles. There are many different attachments that you can add onto this gun. There are many different price ranges for this gun. You don't have to go crazy and spend a fortune, but there are a few very good tools that can help you break up any sore muscles that you may have. Last but not least, I use a variety of foam rollers that I use primarily on the ground. So this is the first one that I'll use on my legs and also on my side and back sometimes, but majority of the time I will use them on my legs. So again, this is just to kind of break up muscle soreness and to sort of improve recovery. This is another one that's sort of handheld that you just kind of rub along your legs and has a ribbed side on the wand here, I guess you want to call it. And then the last one that I use is this spike sort of soft ball that I'll use to rub. I'll put my foot on it and then I'll rub around so it prevents plantar fasciitis. And yeah, so I'll use that as my recovery for my feet as well. So that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed my walkthrough of all of my workout equipment. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below and I will answer as soon as I possibly can. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and I'll see you in the next Vegan Demon video.